Hello, everybody. As you may have already seen, we are already counting down the timer for our race number 3 of the season here at Pocono. This race is going to be the 70 lapper as opposed to the 65 lapper that we did last season. If you guys recall that, it was a 3 wide finish at the line right there. And you may have noticed that we have a not so much a surprise pole sitter, that is Elite Precision there up on docket for the top spot there. In fact, as we load back in, I do want to go through the full running order. Only 12 drivers for tonight. It's just one of those things, I guess. A lot of people came on out to show some support. Like Bassbuck is going to go and um, spot for Xander right there, who is going to be starting up mid-pack there in P7. But yeah, for those that put in the last place points, that is only one driver. So we have BS14 cars that are actually going to get last place points. But yeah, Elite is going to be P2, followed by P1 with Blakey T, which is our last week's winner of P2. In fact, those are our two winners for this season, going and leading the front row. So it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to roll here, because we do have a couple of interesting storylines going to this race. We are loading in right now, and we are just not going green, so there we go. So much, and we are seeing all the way down into this top spot. It looks like this 37 of Story Square is major league lagging right there. Excellent work from that. So that is going to be our first caution for the night. So, in fact, let's actually kind of get a word from our sponsor right there. So, that is Broadcaster Clay, letting off to a great start. Oh, man. If that just isn't the culmination of my week, I don't know what is. But yeah, the 37, off to a great start in automatically lagging. So, yes, goes without saying. That is lag warning 1. So, wow. Awesome. But yeah, off to a great start. All right, cool. Now we go and put ourselves into strategy range here with 70. Where to start? I can only imagine a lot of people fit here in order to get their adjustments in. Yes, basically everyone did. So everyone wanted to get that top spot. Looks like the 3 and the 8, though, had differing ideas. They either just took 2 or did not pit at all, because essentially they only made 1 corner. But you can see Elite already coming on out strong right there. But yeah, that 37, whew, what a way to start that race. All right, the most MRL way of doing so, starting it off with a caution before the before we even make turn 1. But yes, with all this pack right here, I do have Broadcaster Clay's POV on board with me, so I do and I will have a lap update consistently through here. However, you can see that the 3 and the 8, which are actual teammates for this race, are DEI, but the 24 of Elite getting into the 8 of Nathan right there, but giving plenty of room right there. You can actually see that he had to get off the throttle, but we are 3 wide in the back right there. 19 of Blakey T getting past, and now on the outside of Xander, but going on board with our drivers back here. You have the 18, who's going to have the benefit of the draft on the high side right there. Definitely a little bit of a checkup right there, as it looks like the 24 kind of bobbled coming out of the turn 3. Because remember, guys, there is no turn 4 here. But yes, a big checkup going into turn 1 right there, as everyone hitting their different braking zones accordingly right there. But you have the 6 of Packers. Excellent run from him last week here at Chicagoland. He got into the top 5 with that run there, so he is definitely sitting pretty in the points. In fact, actually, let's go to the points right here. As we kind of go through the tunnel turn right there, on board with the 37 right there. Everyone kind of ducking on out, trying to get every which way. It looks like the 3 goes super high, and it looks like that'll be a battle between teammates right there, going and taking the lead. Maybe 3 wide being made, but no, the 24 of Elite thinks better of it. The 3 is just going to continue leading this race, as we should. But yeah, Elite Precision currently leads the points right here. And Packers, who is the person I was talking about, had an excellent top 5 last time around. He is going to be in the in the transfer positions in P8 in points. But yeah, definitely, all of these guys here are looking for some good runs. Looks like the 24 really got all out of sorts, and the 1 already making his way to the front of the field. The 19 as well, trying to go back-to-back in only the 3rd race of the season. But yeah, definitely, you can see that as I'm on board with Broadcast Clay, everyone kind of getting into their rhythm right now. They are just kind of lining on up in order to just try to move forward and trying to hit their marks. They definitely don't want to lose the draft here, as we do actually go 3 wide right here. The 19 is going to be drafting with the 3. The 1 down low, the 8 in the middle. No room for that, but it looks like the 4 will go with the 1, and just like that, the 4 is going to get, I think that was 4 positions right there. The 24, the 19, the 8, and was thinking about going with below the 1, but now the 3 is going to have the draft right here. That's going to put the 1 on the disadvantage on the low side. We're going to have to see how that's going to roll here. On board with the 3 now. The 3 does not give, and the 1 is going to have that momentum coming on down, but the 1 giving plenty of space. The 4, you can see right now, is absolutely being choked on up. Ooh, but big aggressive move in order to get in, slide on in right there by the 4. You can see his Mopao teammate there in the 19 and the 18 right behind him. Definitely trying to get into those spots, but the 21, as I'm on board with this, I think has lost a draft. Yeah, you can see that 21 in the back of that little pack right there. But as the 3 makes the move, that was a very 2x2 scenario right here. Big squeeze by the 3 right there, but he will not be able to climb that spot. In fact, he's going to be put 3 wide yet again. The 19 on the top side, the 4 down low, going into the tunnel turn though. Someone has to give, and it looks like it will be the 3. But everyone taking that low side, that is perfectly legal right there. But the 4 having no momentum, trying to be as clean as possible. You can see that he is just kind of a fish out of water down there, but looks like the 24 definitely making a bunch of positions up. The 3, I think, may have made contact on his screen, but he will get the benefit of the draft. So that 24 is going to find a hole right behind that 3, and the 4 right behind him. So you can see that everyone is just hitting their marks right now, just doing as they do. 62 laps to go in this 70-lap race, and we are single file here in this front part of this stint. The fuel is about 20 laps. By the way, guys, make some noise. Who's rooting off in chat? We see an Agent Orange right there. Currently, he is in P2. So howdy doody, man. The 24 trying to go high. Ooh, a little bit tight. No, that was just the high side right there. Excellent work from him. The 8, though, is trying to make the move on the 1, so let's see if he can go and get that done. The 1 really aggressive going into 3, but that will be the detriment to his exit speed right here. You can see the 8 kind of pulling on in, but the 1 will shit. Oh, a little bit of contact being made with the 1 and the 8. Of course, I'm sure nothing no harm, no foul right there, because now the 19 is going to get the benefit of the 1's draft, and he will try to just kind of draft away. The 1 will try to be by himself, try to create a little bit of a buffer, but 3 wide back there between the 3 and the 24. These guys, though, definitely are the ones to watch. But you can see right now with everyone trying to just go into the grass goes the 4 right there. Everyone just kind of trying to grasp at straws in order to get the top spot right here. 5 people watching. Howdy doody, man. This is the 3rd race in the MRL Cup Season 2 schedule right here. We are at Pocono, the tricky triangle for some, but for others, this is a wheelhouse. Pocono is a great race for the 1 of Xander. You can see that he is flexing his muscles right now, but the 8 going on the 8 right there, that's really going to hurt his exit. As you can see, the 19 right there is going to just kind of blast on past, but the 3 is going to get a little bit of the draft that will allow the 19 to clear, but the 24 just has no help. In fact, he has to go back in line right there. So P5 he will go, but the 37 will make that top spot. He was very optimistic in practice right there, and will go and collect that spot right there. The 3, though, trying to get something happening right here. The 24 is going to dip back low again and have Mopao teammates right behind them. The 19 did duck, make a move, or fake a move, at least to the inside of the 1, but nothing to come of that quite yet. Everyone, though, still trying to just kind of fend for themselves right now. As you can see, we have the top 9 in this front pack, though, with the 6 of Packers being the caboose on this train. Let's go on board with someone who is not, or having a very strong start, at least in race 2 of the season here at Chicagoland. That's Mopower Cat, currently sitting P6 in points right now, 56 on points back. He is actually tied with Agent Orange right here going into this race. That is for P5, so I should kind of clarify that. But the person that they are both chasing right there is actually the 9 of Kalen, who is right there. They're in P11, right behind his PMR teammate of WRX Mike. So he is not having the best of times out here. Blanky team making the move to the inside of the 1. Nothing coming of that right there, but you can see that that 19 has pace. He is absolutely trying to go 2 for 2 right here. In fact, I think he's just trying to gap himself from the rest of the field. So while he wants to be the leader, I think he primarily is trying to just gap himself from making this a 2, maybe a 3-horse race with the 8. Looks like he's going to be latched on in right here, as they are still 2 by 2 behind him. Looks like that is the 3 versus the 18 down low. Yep, that is. Oh, a little bit of contact being made right there between the 18 of UK as well as 3 of Cade. But yeah, 2 by 2, these guys are only holding each other up. So it looks like the 18's probably going to dive it on down going to 3, knowing him. He does, but the 4 giving a little love tap. He's going to try to clear the 3, but the 3 is holding stout right there. Going to try to get hold this spot, but that's only allowing the top 3 to pull away. Broadcaster Clay, though, currently in P12, but knowing Clay, he has something up his sleeve, so we're going to see what's going to happen with him. Going into this run. It is 57 laps to go right here. Like I said, we restarted with 67, so I'm expecting this run to be about 10 laps shy. I saw a battle for the lead right here. The 1 is going to try and hold himself as the leader, and he will, as the 19 actually backs on off, knowing that, hey, now is not the time, but the 19 is going to have the run here going into turn 3. It's so hard to pass. He does have the run. Just like that, the 1 is now under pressure, as going into 3, they were both side by side, but the 1 washes on up, and this may be the opportunity the 19 is looking for. He does, and the 1 will just kind of relinquish that position. But that brings the 8 into the battle. That is podium positions. But knowing Nathan, he has said in plenty of times before this race that he needs to work on pit road entry. This race can be won or lost based on your pit road. Now, you won't lose a lap here when you enter the pits, so that is going to be a big to-do to know that you will not lose a lap. However, you will lose a crap ton of time. Looks like the 88 and the 9 are actually backing on up. Interesting strategy call from these guys. I'm actually very curious as to what these guys are planning. But still side by side between these 3 right here. Looks like, or these 3, this pack. You have the 3 that is the leader of this train. The 4 right behind the 37 getting hyper aggressive, going to wash on up, and that is going to be a big to-do back here, as there is another battle for the lead, as I was on board with that. No, I apologize. I guess there wasn't. The 3 is going to be pulling away. The 37 kind of hits the 4 Cyber out of the groove, and the 24, our points leader of the lead, kind of just sitting in the back right here. Unfortunately, not having the best of races. He's just not going anywhere. Ooh, the 4. I'm sure the 24 just got tight right there, and the 4 is saying, hey, you know, I'm still here, bud. Probably won't be able to clear going into the tunnel turn. The 24 will probably have to give that spot going out of the tunnel turn. But the 4, I should talk about the 4 for a hot second. Ooh, the 24 getting hyper loose, and he is just not. That is very un-elite-like. He is absolutely not having a good race right now. He is having some kind of issues. But the 4 has gone on record and said that this is very unlike him. His 2 finishes so far this season has been 8th and 11th, and currently he is riding in the P6 position. So even if he were to finish right here, right now, he would be. This would be his best finish for the season. However, he is already behind the top three by almost a country mile. You can see these three right here. It's going to take a lot for those guys to really close the gap. It's going to take a strong leader to kind of push them forward, but the more they battle, the more time they lose. And speaking of, we have a change in position between the 8 and the 1 right here. So definitely, these guys are looking to try and bring the gap down as much as you can. But here is the interesting part, though. As the field is so spread on out, apart from this wad right here, the field is so spread on out. In fact, the 18 has a magnificent run. The 37, oh, he hits the back of the 37 right there. So I'm sure he wanted to go to the inside. That is absolutely going to kill his momentum going into 1 right there. But yeah, apart from this wad right here, the field's so spread on out. You have the back 3. Oh, the 6 of Packers getting absolutely loose, coming off the corner and almost tank slapping the 24. That is going to be a big save in terms of Elite's race right there. Just trying to go and get back some of this track position that they lost. Trying to see what everyone is expecting. We have 5 laps of fuel comparatively for broadcaster Clay, so I'm expecting these guys to be coming down within 4 laps. So yeah, we'll have to see how that's going to roll here. Here's the 9 of Kalen. There's the 88 of WRX Mike. This is P10 we're on board with right now. P11 for Mike. And to kind of give an update on where both of these guys are in the point situation right now, they're both sitting 3rd and 4th respectively. Mike in P3, Kayla in P4. But these guys are teammates, 5 points apart right now. So essentially, if they were to finish right here, essentially they would be tied going into the next round, which I should mention next week. It is going to be a fun one, ladies and gentlemen. I am definitely looking forward to it myself. It's Richmond. We've had consistent good runs from Richmond here when it comes to the cup side of things. But, oh my goodness, I just can't get enough of this battle right here. The 37 up high, the 4 working with his teammate down low, just trying to break free of the strap. Looks like the 24 has had enough. He's trying to go with the Mopala teammates right here, and that is for P6. The 37 is still high, though, so he is still giving room. Yeah, the 37 really was looking forward to his run after practice. Yes, we do run practice sessions now. He said that he has a chance at a podium should things go right. Well, currently, right now, things are looking to be pretty good as the 4 looks like got into, and the 24 got into a little kerfuffle right there. Mark that off your bingo cards. I did say kerfuffle. The 18, though, still not relinquishing that position. Looks like the 4 will have to going into turn 3. Very flat, very technical, as you will want to get loose coming out of the apex. 3 wide, though, in the back right there. The 37, the 3, and the 6. The 3, though, has... Or, sorry, not the 3. The 37 has the draft, as the 3 has to duck back in line. Looks like the long-run pace is definitely not suiting the 3's car. But you are seeing the 24 starting to come to life, though. We'll have to see how that's going to roll here. Meanwhile, the 19 still leads. So I should mention that. Like I said, Blakey T has had a very good run last week. He won at Chicagoland in a very, very heads-up duel between himself and Elite Precision. Looks like the 8 is coming on down. This time he will get the benefit of fresh tires. However, he will be by himself. Meanwhile, don't speed, Nathan. So looks like he will come on down in order to start this pit road cycle here. And just to give an update on what lap it is, there are others that are coming on down with him. Looks like that is the 4. Yeah, the 4, the 3, and the 37 are all going to come on down, which I'm assuming everyone else is going to come on down next lap. So these are the guys that are saving a little bit. Of course, the fuel row here is 25 laps, meaning there, if a caution were to come on out with, well, I guess we would, let me rephrase. If we were to restart with 25 to go, then that means they can save that amount in order to cut a pit stop out. Meanwhile, if we were to restart with say 26 to go, then we have an issue. That means they will have to come on down, essentially saying that they will have to. Big kerfuffling going on here. The one gasses on up in order to try to get the track position on the 19, kind of playing games with each other right there. I wonder where it looks like the 9 and the 88 are going to be coming on down. No, it looks like the 9 is, the 88 won't. But yeah, essentially the most you can save per run is 5 laps. So that 88 will not lead a lap because the leader will still cross the line right there. So that will transition to the 88 as our leader as of now. So I wonder if he's going to try to lead lap right here and get those 5 bonus points. But I'm actually curious as to where the 8 will blend on out, so I'm going on board with him. He is exiting 3 right now. He's going to clap the outside wall. Oh, very, very close. Meanwhile, the rest of his compatriots, you can see, are going to be exiting the pits right there. And you can see the 24 being blasted on pass. Ooh, he will rejoin in the top spot, but you can just see how much the cycle kind of shifted right there. The 8 has been dropped, meaning he's going to fall into the clutches of the Mopao teammates back here. So it looks like the 88 will come on down this time. He will be the leader coming on past the pit area, so he will lead a lap. So excellent job from the 88 right there. But yeah, right now it looks to be a 2-horse race in the 1 and the 19 currently. So very interesting dynamic here. Xander currently trailing Elite Precision. This is P2 in the points that we're talking about for the 1 right here. So this is going to be a good haul of points, as Elite is not having the best of days. He's currently sitting P5, which in terms of Elite standards, that is not so good. But the 18 though, trying to make a dent on the 24 right there, being hyper loose. In fact, the 4 is going to be trying to break the draft. That is for P4 right here. So the 24 trying to get P4, but we're going to see how it's going to roll, as a battle for the lead is going to happen right here. The 19 versus the 1. The 1 will relinquish that spot and just let the 19 go. This right here, right now, is a duel between these two, trying to go and get that top spot. The 19 though kind of overdrives the corner. He is going to drive it defensively, and the 1's just like, you know what, man, go down there. I don't care. But you have to kind of go through the running order right here. Here's the 19 in P1, the 1 of Xander P2. You have the 3 of Nathan P3. P4 is now changing hands between Cyber and the 24 of Elite. The 24 of Elite, whoever's going to be getting down on this battle will be P4 and P5. The 18 of Mopao Cat, UK being there in P6. The 24 will gas it on up, going out of the tunnel turn, and will get that spot right there. So there is our P6 competitor right here. Meanwhile, back in the battle for P7 is going to be the 37 of Story Square, the 3 of Cade, and the 6 of Packers. So that is P7, 8, and 9. P10 is Kalen, P11 is Broadcaster Clay, and P12 is WRX Mike currently rounding out the field. Not the best of days for Mike, but unless he has something up his sleeve, we'll have to see how that's going to roll. He was one of those drivers that did practice, so I'm sure he knows what he's doing. Meanwhile, the 4 and the 24 are starting to draft each other right there. I'm not sure why the 37's IndyCar driving it right now, but we're seeing an interesting development right now. The 4 is essentially using the 24 as a pick, as they are both climbing on up the ranks, going into closing the, at least trying to close the gap to our leader, the 19 of Blakey T. Like I said, trying to go 2 for 2, 2 in a row, which is something that has not been done in quite some time. Winning 2 races, well, I guess since last season when UK did it, but God, that feels like eons ago, months even. But yeah, these guys definitely trying to go and get this done right here. Broadcaster Clay has just been nicked of that position by WRX Mike. So we are now seeing that position now take hold. The 3, though, still battling with the 6. As you can see, the 37 trying to close the gap to the 18. But the 18 is actually closing the gap to his Mopao teammate a little bit. He just needs a little bit more time as, like I said, the 24 is closing the gap to the 8. Looks like the 24 is the fastest car on the track, but for how much longer? Because it looks like he got really loose coming out of the long run. So I wonder if this is all basically a short run car, or we're going to be seeing something different here. But yeah, as soon as Broadcaster Clay kind of goes on by the stand, I will tell you guys how many laps to go. But yeah, make some noise in chat. Who are you rooting for right now? I apologize if I sound a little it's because I am feeling a little under the weather, but that doesn't mean the show must go on. 43 to go here in this race. 70 laps was our starting distance. This race technically will only be like an hour. So definitely these guys are absolutely just chugging these laps right now. It's a very, very short race, and you can see that the 12, or sorry, not the 12, the 24 has indeed caught P3 right here, so he will now be battling for the podium positions. And it looks like the one Xander has decided to kick it into overdrive right now, as he is now trying to just keep ahead, as the 8 just kind of looks like the 4 and the 24 gonna go on by. So I guess strength in numbers. So the 24 is essentially blasting his way through the pack, and he is trying to close the distance on our top 2 competitors right now. However, that doesn't mean that this race is far from done. You have we still have at least 2 more pit stops to go. So with 42 laps to go, I'm wondering what the strategy from the 88 is. I know he was trying to lead a lap, so that's 5 bonus points to add to his bucket, but the 9 of Kalen is absolutely gone. Meanwhile, you have the battle for P6, you have the 18 of UK versus the 37 of Story Square. Trying to close the gap. Looks like the 18 was not able to close the gap to his teammate, but you never know how things are going to turn on out, especially when it comes to strategy. Looks like the 21 is actually closing the gap on the 88 right there, so I'm actually loving what the 21 is doing. He is making the most out of his opportunities. And 9, ooh, Kalen going really low on that apron right there. But as we are now 41 to go, the 24 is trying to close the gap to the 1, and he will have the draft of 2 other cars behind him. But I know that 1, he has something up his sleeve. Same thing with the 19. I know Elite is hungry for his second win of the season, but I think the guys behind him have something to say about that as well. Cyber definitely has something to say about his about a win because of well, I mean, just in Challenger, he even said in his podium interview that he's not been his usual self. He's been a little lackluster for his own liking, and he wants to change that here and now at Pocono. He was part of that 3-wide battle for the win last season. That was between UK BS14 cars, like I said, who did put in last place points, so he will be getting 13th place points. But also, he into the wall goes a 24. This could be the opportunity that the 4 is looking for. No, he decides to just kind of follow him right there. So interesting decision from him. But you can see that as we look to the overall grand scheme of things here, the 4 is trying to close the gap. I mean, well, it'd be one of those things, UK. Anyway, ooh, the 3. 3 is getting all out of sorts right there. Looks like the battle for P7, or not? Yeah, P7 right now was on between the 18 and the 6. The 6 definitely liking his chances at last season's winner right there. yeah, like I said, guys, I apologize. I'm feeling a little under the weather, but yeah, these guys definitely showing off their stuff right now. They are. God, I can't talk. I'll be right back. I'm actually going to grab some water. I apologize about that, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, we are looking at an interesting development here. So I apologize. Like I said, I cannot emphasize enough. I'm just not feeling. I'm very much feeling under the weather. We have an interesting development here. The 3 of Cade has decided to pit right here. As soon as Broadcaster Clay goes on by the flag stand, I will try to try to see what strategy that he has cooked on up right now. I can only assume, based on my estimated lap count, it is about 3:37, 36 to go for the leader. So we'll have to see here. In fact, actually, as the 19 is exiting turn 3 right now, Broadcaster Clay has already passed, so it's 34 to go for our leader right here. So interesting how that's going to work on out, because strategies are now going to be playing into the into the front right here. We'll have to see if they will come on and try to maybe undercut the rest of their compatriots right here. But as right now, you can see that Elite has passed Xander for P2 right there. So the grand scheme of things right here, in terms of the point standings, Elite will be extending his point gap to everyone but Blakey T going exiting this race. So the one of Xander definitely want to try to pass him back to at least gain some points back, especially as we go to Richmond, where Elite and Xander had a really good battle there going into the Challenger Richmond side. But yeah, we have with 33 laps to go now. Ooh, the 21 of Broadcaster Clay, absolutely kind of dirt tracking it, going right past there. It looks like the 9 is coming out of the pits right there. The 18 trying to, being a little bit wide to that 9 right there. The 6 going down low. He is. I'm telling you, Packers is one of those guys that just never gives up. He said in the Discord, which I know most people aren't aware of. He has said that he's given up on winning, but I'll tell you what, he is just one of those drivers that is trying to just prove that he still has it, and he had an excellent run last week at Chicagoland, getting the strategy correct, having a great finish, and like I said, currently right now he is P8 in the point standings right now, so absolutely doing a great job from him. But like I said, moving on up to the front of the field, we're seeing the separation happen between the between the this front pack and the 8 of Agent Orange, and we're seeing only the top 4 really have the chance right here. The 19 of Blake T. This is where things are going to get tasty here. Essentially, the 1 and the 4 are using the 24 and the 1 and the 4 are using the 24 as a bit of a drafting partner, and we're going to be seeing the 4 try to break off strategy here, and he will be coming on down pit road to see if he can kind of overcut these guys. Looks like the 1 has had enough of riding behind, and he will get that spot back on the 24. So I wonder what the 4 is going to do right here, as now looks like the 1 is deciding to, you know what, I'm going to kind of turn up the wick a little bit, and I wonder if what these guys are kind of looking for. They're trying to save fuel to see if they can do a no tire, maybe a 2 tire stop at the end, because right now with coming close to 30 to go, I mean, essentially, depending on when they pit, they would only have to worry about 2. I mean, so depending on what they do, that is going to be the big overall question here. So looks like the 37 also came on down. There's the 4 going up, down and away. The 18 is going to be using the 9 as that drafting partner right there. The 9 has already stopped. The 6 as well is just kind of riding behind him. So this is where the rebound happens, the overcut for everyone else. There goes the 8. Oh, the 6 gets massively loose coming out of turn 3 right there. Or either that or tight. It just didn't appear like that. But the 1 and the 24 are still closing in on the 19 right now, who has basically had a mistake-free race. Here is the 8 coming on down to the pits. The 21 is already down on pit lane right here, and he will be exiting basically as soon as the 8 comes on in. Yep, there he goes. There goes the 9 already down and away between those guys. The 24, I think they were signaling come on down pit road, so I wonder what the 19 is going to do, if he's going to stay out an extra lap or if he's not. We're going to be watching here as, yes, he will come on down, but look how aggressive the 1 is going on into the pits, and if he sped right there, I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to be on board with these 2 because I think the 1 may have sped. I'm going to take a quick water. So on board with Elite right here, we're going to be looking at the front-to-back cam right here. So the 24 versus the 19. No speeding. Okay, well, you know what? Xander, you are just too good getting on the pit road, because look at that separation between the 19 and the 1. In fact, the 1 may actually get the top spot right here, but here comes the 4. But that is going to be a really inopportune time to catch him, and the 4, who had a full head of steam, will just have to settle with getting into the draft. But essentially now they're leaving the 24 of Elite in the dust. Big moves by the 1 and the 19, kind of shaking in order to try to break the draft with a 4. Oh my goodness, he's going to have a lot of work to do in order to stay with this draft right here. He's actually going to want the 1 and the 19 to actually battle each other here to try and break this. But the 88 is still the leader, mind you, so this is technically not for the lead. In fact, there's the lead right there, and now we are with the lead pack. So technically, at that point right there, that was the battle for P2. And the 4, I think, has set himself up lovely, as the 24 back there is going to be all by his lonesome. The kind of looks like going on through the rest of the field, there is the 8 just in front of the 37, so that's P5, and here's P6 of the 37 Astoria Square, the Cade there in P7. P8 and P9 is Packers and UK. So again, these two just cannot escape each other right now. So it looks like the 18 kind of wants to show Packers that he wants the inside. The 6 of Packers is going to be like, you know what? No, you follow me. I can lead our way back up to the 3 right here. And let's see how many laps to go as broadcaster Clay will come on through the cross the finish line right now. It'll be 27 to go for our leaders right now. So yeah, these guys will have to come on down one more time, but will they take tires? Will they take 2? Will they take 4? Will they take none? We'll have to see, because now this is where the strategy call comes into play here. With that first caution there on lap 1, that kind of shook things up a little bit. Typically the thought process going into this race was 3 4-tire stops, and that was it. Meanwhile, with that first lap caution, things are shaking up a little bit, as we are now possibly looking at a lead change. The 1 on the outside of 19 not wanting to follow right here, so that's going to open up the door for maybe that 24 to close back in right here. And I wonder if the 19 of Blake T feels like he has a stronger car. The 4 will actually push him, so that is going to be a position probably made here going into turn 1. Ooh, a little bit of contact. And the 19 will gas it on up, and will try to clear. He's waiting, and there we go, clear. The 1 will have to settle for P2 in this current juncture. No, he won't, because he immediately dives it on down to try to get that spot. And he will get it going to the tunnel turn very, very late on the throttle right there. And now we're seeing that the crossover coming into play right here. The 19 is now going to try to get that spot back in P3, but this is only bringing the 24 of Elite back closer to them. So, hey, you know what? Go for it, man. It just... we'll have to see how it's going to roll here as the 24 is inching closer and closer. If that was the battle for the win right there, that would have been insanely close. Meanwhile, Very Lonely Race Award goes to the 88 of WRX Mike. He's just kind of doing his own thing right now. To kind of give you a reference as to where he is on track, he is, as the leaders are in the middle of 1 and 2, he is in a tunnel turn. So he's about the entire Long Pond straight behind, or in front of the leaders. And also to kind of give a reference, here is Agent Orange, and you can see the leaders just in the front of his windshield. You can see them entering turn 3 right now as he is exiting turn 2. Meanwhile, the 37 right there behind, trying to close the gap. Right now, kind of having a very lonely race, with the race being so spread on out. You can see that both of these two drivers have passed the 3 of Cade, so Cade drops a position right there. The 24 has caught the draft, so that is going to be music to his ears right now. As we have 9 people watching, I am very sorry if I don't sound so enthusiastic. Like I can't stress this enough. I am feeling under the weather, so I apologize so much for my I guess my voice. If it sounds a little weird, that's why. Quick water break. Just like that, losing 2 people right there, and that's easy as that, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't want people to watch, just tell them you're sick. But yeah, you can see that the 24 is now caught this lead pack. So what was a 3-horse race is now back down to down to a 4-horse race, as the 1 is now going to try to go on past. Meanwhile, the 19 is still going to have the draft. The 1 is going to try to move it on down. He's actually going to use the apron. Ooh, he's going to spin himself out right there. He gets Omega loose, and he's going to lose all of that track position, losing 2 spots in the process. And look at Cyber, though. Season 0 Cup champ. Moving on up to P2. He wants this win. He wants to become the 3rd different driver in 3 different races to win a race. And the 24 absolutely blasts the outside wall right there. And that absolutely, probably the best thing for him right there was that the one of Xander was right behind. That will actually bring the 24 still in the fight, but at the cost of one position right there. So that was very, very good luck for the 24 right there, that he had a car right behind. Meanwhile, we are approaching our first lapper of the race. That is the 21 of Broadcaster Clay right there. Trying to just stay on the lead lap, hoping for a lucky yellow. Now the one kind of repays the favor right there, and now he is the one that's going to be on the outside, and the 24 will regain the position right there. So, meanwhile, the 4 has just been absolutely pushing the ever-loving god out of his Mopao teammate right there. I should keep in mind that these guys are teammates. In fact, we have 3 different teams up here in the top 4. That is a 1-2 Mopao, then you have a PMR P3 and a GMI P4. So, very diverse cast of characters that we have here. Looks like the 37 has lagged on out of the race, so that is a spot, as the kids say. So, or maybe not. Hang on, hold up. Hold up. Hold everything. No, I lied. Looks like Broadcaster Clay is still registering that the 37 of Story Square is still out on track. So, we have one of those glitches again, ladies and gentlemen, where it looks like our game has glitched. You can see that clearly the 37's on pit road. However, if you look at Broadcaster Clay's stream, which I can link right now, so thank you so much, Clay, for watching, he is labeled on pit road. So in fact, there we go, right there. The 21 getting out of the way for our leaders, mind you, and that is, you can see a position trying to be made on the 24. The 1 will try to make a move. The 24 trying to make a pass on the 19, trying to go get something back right here. However, the 4 is going to say over my dead body, and he is going to try to... Oh, well, never mind. The 19 is going to basically do the same thing that Xander did right there. Get a little bit loose on the apron right there, but that's going to open up the door for the 24 to possibly swoop a left. No, he thinks better of it. In fact, we're going to be single file all the way down. So now here's the question here. The pits are open. The window is open to make it the rest of the way on fuel. Do you come on down, take 4? Do you take 2? Or do you risk it for the biscuit and take none? I mean, there's a lot of options here for our leaders, and we're about to see who is going to have the winning strat, as the top 4 are all currently in the running for this race. Let's hop on in with our loneliest driver, who is no longer lonely. He has the 9 of behind him, so he is, to kind of give a reference, they're still about a third of the track behind, so unfortunately they're essentially just battling with each other. Let's kind of look on board with let's see who else. It looks like everyone else is pretty much single file right now. Where is UK at? It looks like UK is behind Packers. I wonder what happened there in order for that to occur. So it looks like really the only battle for battles on track right now is for this top spot, which is a doozy, mind you. It is the top 4, all duking on out. Meanwhile, the 1, it looks like the 4 got shuffled out of the way. The 19's still the leader, though. Looks like the 24 is getting a little impatient, and he will look to the bottom right there. I know what the 1 is trying to do. He's going to try to go slow and fast out. Oh, a little bit of contact between the 19 and the 24. I'm sure the 19 didn't appreciate that. He is going to squeeze the 24 down low, and the 1 will try to fill that hole. In fact, he's going to get freight trained, and he's going to basically let the entire top 3 go right there in order to get a good run into the tunnel turn, because he knows that may have been his chance right there in order to go and get that spot. So, what we are seeing is a little bit of mind games going right now. It is so hard to make the pass. In fact, you gotta have someone behind you in order to make this thing rock and roll. So right now, the 1 is probably trying to probably tell his spotter Bass to be like, hey, yeah, get the 4's attention. let's make something happen, because right now everyone's kind of rocking with the top side. And unless you can make the slide job happen here, which I have yet to see happen, it's going to be incredibly hard to do. But never mind, call me a liar, as the one just does it. So, but there will be a crossover right here. The 19 is showing that he wants to lead back, but will he go with you? So there we go. Well, the choice is yours, UK. I mean, I would prefer you out on track. I mean, car counts are low as it is, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. So, yeah. The battle for the lead right here. Yeah, Blakey T is showing that he is trying to get... take the top spot, and he will have help from his Mopao teammate. Keep in mind, that is the only teammate that is up here. It's GMI, who is by himself, and you have PMR, who's by himself. So essentially, friends are where you find them. The 19 and the 4 down here, trying to get that top spot together as a unit, but it's hard to do in terms of just making the draft work. 24 trying to make the pass on the 4 right there. That is going to be probably easy pickings going into 3. Oh, big move, mind you. The 19 really on, the grass, and that will absolutely eat his momentum coming on out of 3. So that'll be another free spot for the 24 of Elite right there. So, going into turn 1 right here, big shift. Blakey T moves out of the podium positions and into P4 right here. Checking on in with everyone else. It looks like the 3 is done for the night, probably. So he is just having some fun up there. So you can tell when people mentally check on out of the race. I mean, essentially they just do whatever. Everyone else trying their own thing. Looks like there is someone on the in the pits right now. The 3, yep, like I said, yeah, he's checked on out of the race. So, let's see here. Checking on board to see what other battles are happening. Looks like there are a lot of people that are pitting right now, trying to get that undercut on all of these drivers. Meanwhile, the top 4 does have a decision to make. Will they pit for 4? Will they take 2? Will they take none? So we'll have to see, though. Yep, looks like the 4 will come on down this time. The 24 trying to make the pass on the 1 right there. Not quite. Not. Oh, it will actually happen right here. So here comes the 4 coming on down pit road. Looks like the 19 will also follow him. Big moves by the 4 in order to really dive it on down the pit road. Hopefully he didn't speed. We'll have to see, though. To kind of give an update where Source Square is, that is P9 right now. So we're seeing how that is happening. So, the 4 and the 19 coming on out of the pits together. Looks like they took 4. Meanwhile, the 1, looks like the 24 has stopped this time. The 1 is going to be the only driver on out of this, trying to make this strategy work. well, we have our development, and right there's the one that just sped. I think that's what happened right there. The one just sped going into the pits, and well, unfortunately for him, the battle for the lead is now in the hands of these three. So sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. Xander, unfortunately, will. Yep, that is confirmation. Down all the way in P9 with that pit road speeding penalty. So, interesting how things work on out. But we do have the huge battle up here for the top spot between the 4, the 24, and the 19. Trying to still get this top spot. The 24 trying to get a... Ooh, the big but gets put into the wall by the 4 right there. Late block right there. Oh my goodness. The 4 is saying, hey, I want this win. So, seeing what the one did in the Challenger Series versus Elite, it was just like, you know, I'm going to take a page out of that book. But with 10 to go here in this race, we have a very interesting outlook. So these guys all with fresh tires and all trying to go for the same spot. Looks like the 4 will get the 19 a little bit of draft, and that means they're just going to be ganged up on right now. The 24 is going to be by himself. Meanwhile, P4 does belong to an Agent Orange. So, I mean, keep in mind, Story Square is out on track right now. So, he is currently a... he is, if I'm seeing it correctly, he is still in the top 5. In fact, I think he did get promoted to the top 5 after Xander sped right there. So that puts Nathan into P4, with P5 being Story Square. Packers being in P6. Looks like he pit super early, got a lot of track position, but unfortunately nowhere to really go with it, as there is the... yeah, exactly. That's what I'm seeing right now. Battle for 5th. Okay, well, that's what it is. So Story Square is actually ahead of them. So there we go. But the battle for the win still up in the air right now. As just kind of surfing on through, seeing where everyone is. There is Agent Orange right there versus Packers. Again, Packers having a very solid run right here. The 18 of UK is in P8. Looks like Xander's in P7. So that means either Story Square is P6 or P4 right now. And I'm kind of doing the math on where everyone is right now. It looks like he will be in P4. So I'm not sure where he is out on track, but he's in P4 somewhere. So interesting development here. So I wonder how this is going to shake things out. It's going to be 2 Mopalas versus essentially 3 PMRs. So a PMR is essentially looks like they're backing on up in order to help out the 24 of Elite win this race. Interesting development as we see the 9 of Kalen and the 88 essentially knowing that they don't have well, I mean, much to anything. They're essentially battling each other, trying to take that top spot. But with strength in numbers, this may be what the 24 of Elite needed. Big move right there. Actually got a little bit too close for his own good right there. That goes the 19 to the outside. You can see him kind of dart out of the way a little bit. Meanwhile, the 4 is still leading this race. That is 5 bonus points to add to his bucket. The 19, though, is going to try to get this top spot. Looks like the 9 will actually say, you know what, I'm actually just going to... I'm not going to do it. I don't have anything to do with this. I'm going to get on out of the way. So he does right there. But coming into turn 1, big move by the 19 right there. But that is going to essentially just allow the 24 just to get on back by using the crossover move. The 4 is trying to IndyCar line it, try to get on past. But to kind of give a lap update, it is 6 to go for our leaders right now. So coming to 5 this time. So only a handful of laps left in this race here. And I'll tell you what, if I can understand if the race was boring if you're not in this front pack, but I'm sure these guys are having the time of their lives right now. Knowing Elite, how he is always looking for the best racing possible. Well, we're seeing it right now. The 19 is going to be working with the 4, side drafting, and that will essentially move the 19 and the 4 back. You can see them drafting with one another. The 4 is going to throw it on down, but the 24 should have the high side momentum. Unless the 4 can clear, he's going to try to move on up. Oh, he does. A little bit of contact may have been made there on his screen. It looks like there wasn't contact on our screen, but of course everything was different there. Quick water break. 5 to... let's real quick. Let's give an update on the battle for P5 right now. Here is Nathan versus Packers. I wonder if Story Square is up there as well, because I'm not seeing it. I'm thinking there is, based on how he kind of darted around like that, but I'm not sure where Story Square is. Maybe Nathan can kind of illuminate us where he is on track, because I'm not seeing him. He's somewhere on track. We have that glitch. 4 to go, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, Packers, though, definitely making the claim that, hey, you know what? I can go and get this done, too. The 4 versus the 19 versus the 24, though. With 4 to go here, the 4 of Cyber, weird how that works out sometimes, trying to be the 3rd driver in 3 different races to start off the season with a win. Currently, though, Elite is trying to go for 2 for 2. So far in these 3 races. Same thing with Blakey T. He's trying to go back-to-back. So basically, the other 2 winners this season are the 2 drivers right behind. So the 4 has a lot on his plate right now. In fact, he's giving the draft to his teammate right there. 3 to go here, ladies and gentlemen. We have a trifecta of laps to go. The 19 is playing teammate role right now, and just trying to hold off the 24. The 4, though, is looking for just clean laps right now. He is going to be trying to do that. Quick update on where Xander is. There he is. In fact, he has the battle for P5 up in his sights right there. So, yeah, very unfortunate for the 1 of Xander. He will lose some points in the grand scheme of things here, but I know, knowing Xander, he is very frustrated with how the race has gone. Very clean, though. Apart from that first lap kerfuffle, 13 people watching. Oh my goodness, I'm very sorry you have to hear my sick voice right now. 13 people are watching this. Oh my goodness. Well, hello, you guys came in at the right time. It is 2 laps to go here in this race. Big move by the 24 to try to make this spot on the 19. The 19 is going to go slow and fast out. You can see the 24 really close on up. The 19 is going to gas on up to try to get that spot. The 4 is going to give a little bit of draft, but the 19 with the mean block. That's going to allow the 19 to go move on back. The 24 will have the preferred lane, though, with 2. Make that basically a lap and a half to go. Essentially, that moves the 24 into the prime position for making a late move. The 19 is no longer that buffer that the 4 is looking for. And the 4 will have to do some mean blocking in order to hold this 24 back, knowing how good the 24 must have fixed himself on the long run. In fact, look at that run off right there. In fact, oh, but a block! It's exactly what he was talking about right there. That's going to bring the 19 right back into it, though. 1 lap to go here in this race. Well, that seems to be the aim of the game right now, is what would you do for a win? And I think the 24 has been shown what the 4 is willing to do. So what will he do in order to win this race? I'm sure that kind of threw him off his kilter right there with that mean block right there. The 4 doing the IndyCar line. The 24 has to have the best 2 corners of his life in order to have a shot at this. The 4, though, really having a good tunnel turn. I think that really just sets the bar for the 19 to try to get this P2 right here. The 19, though, will not have the move, as we are now... Oh, he will go for that spot right there, but unfortunately, coming on out of turn 3, Cyber with the win. You can see him kind of shake side by side as a sign of victory, and we have our 3rd winner in 3 different races. Oh, 19 Vince in the front. That is a Mo Power tradition right there in order to do that. looks like as all of this is coming on through, I'm going to check the Discord to see what Elite has to say about that race. As we wait for the rest of our drivers to come on in, of course the 18 is going to be doing the back to right there. Let's see. Ooh. Yep. Well, of course, PMR is not happy. I'll say that. Oh, Packers with the P4. It looks like Story Score ended up finishing just behind Nathan. An epic battle. Shame that we can only see a part of that battle. It was only visible with Packers and Nathan, but yeah, Story Score finishing P6, Xander P7, UK P8, WRX like 9th, 10th is Kalen. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to hear what these guys have up in here. Once you start battling, you're screwed. That's exactly what Story Score just said. Whew. Well, like I said, it's a shame that we can only see 2 of those battles, but interesting how everything all comes together. There we go. Finally exiting out of this race in that lobby right there. Packers, though, having a strong run. Blake T having the fast lap with the 53.3. Excellent job from him. Let's go and go straight into our podium interview. So I'm going to mute myself for a hot second, and I'll be right back. So as we wait for our podium finishers to come on through, we have Cyber in P1, Elite P2, Blake T P3. P4 was Packers. Excellent job from him. In fact, that was side by side at the line right there. Only a tenth difference between fourth and fifth of Nathan, who finished there. Story scored P6. Xander P7, UK P8, Derex Mike P9, Kalen P10, 11th is Broadcaster Clay with 12th being Cade, and then we know our one last place points finisher for the night is BS, and he will get 13 points. But yes, we'll have to see how that is going to roll here. I am not seeing anything. Very subdued reactions, but again, we're gonna find out straight from the horse's mouth right here. So I'll tell you what, guys. As much as people were saying that was a snooze fest, which I can understand if you weren't in that top pack. I'll tell you what, you guys must have been absolutely just just gunning it the entire time. So Blake T, let's start with you. Last week's winner, this week P3. Take us through the wheel.
Oh, well, I mean, we had a super tight car until that last round of pit stops, and I just couldn't really turn, but I was able to hit my corners better uh, than I noticed everybody else could, so I could obviously, yeah, I had the exit speed. So um, pit stops were not my friend. I was playing a little bit more cautious. If I didn't, I probably would have had a better lead, but you know, it was fun. I was not looking forward to this, and I actually had fun, so I can't complain.
Oh, that's awesome to see. You had an excellent vehicle, not just tonight, but well, in qualifying as well. I mean, which is also tonight, I guess. But you are definitely showing that you have a very potential shot at the title. It's going to be a little bit rough though, because you are going up against some steep competition. 3 different winners in 3 races.
Yeah, I mean, we had the car for the most part of the race, and then last round of pit stops, I kind of loosened it up. I probably should have just stuck with what I had, but we had a rocket, and then after the race, we had the one. I think we had the fastest lap, so we were hauling the whole race. It just didn't work out in my favor. I obviously was very loose towards the end, and I think if I thought I was going to hit somebody, I think I braked too hard, and I still ended up hitting some people in the corners. But you know, it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to go side by side at Pocono. Sometimes, um, sometimes I miss my mark and I'd hit somebody and feel bad about it. But we move on to next race. I don't know where we go, but uh, looking forward to that. Hopefully, be in the top three again or get a win.
Well, it is
So,
Richmond, so we'll have to
ooh,
see.
ooh, I like Richmond. Richmond's always been good to me, especially in the. Wasn't the best for me in the Xfinity car last time I raced, but and these Cup cars is a little bit different. So we're looking forward to. We got a new setup going into it, so I'm looking forward to trying it out. See if we can get a win.
All right, well, there we go. Yeah, Blakey T, excellent statement to go back-to-back podiums. But I'll tell you what, as Richmond is a good track for you in terms of, well, maybe not so much in the Xfinity car, a podium finisher that finished well there, not just in the Xfinity car, but also in the truck, is Elite Precision, who finished P2 tonight. Now, Elite, let's get the elephant out of the room now. I guess the statement for the week has been, "What will you do for a win?" And I guess you were on the end of that stick yet again. Take us through it.
Man, I try to race people clean. Like, yeah, I could be aggressive, but I don't do anything egregious. And, I've been taken advantage of the past week. I don't know. Like, I let the thing with Xander go because it was just such a close battle or whatever. I wasn't even expecting to be battled for the win at that race, but I don't know how many times I got walled there at the end. I had my nose there plenty of times, and then it was just so frustrating. Like, I got teamed up on by two people that's not even on the same team. So I'm trying to figure that out. And then, had a real good car, especially in turn three, and that's why I was money at. And, was going to try to drag race Cyber there. I had a nose on him on coming off of turn three, coming to the last lap, and I was going to try to drag race him because third place was out of the picture, so he couldn't draft with him. And I was going to try to pinch him down going to turn one and hopefully come away with the lead coming off of coming off of one, but that wasn't the case. I just don't understand why I'm getting stuff in the wall when, I'm racing people clean, but another second place, good points day. But that just really pissed me off though just now. So, you know,
Well, well, I can understand. I mean, I guess the results for this entire week has been a deuce for you. I can imagine that second win will come. Richmond has been a strong track for you. I mean, obviously, like I said, the name of the game has been, "What will you do for a win?" I mean, I guess, is it time to kind of flip that switch and be the aggressor?
I guess I got to because these guys are fast and it's aggressive racing, side drafting hard and all that and stuff. I get that. But it's like just putting somebody in the wall, man. It's just like I get that you trying to go for a win, but it's like that's a little egregious in my book. So, um, you know, when I'm not gonna do anything ridiculous to where I'm gonna get myself suspended, but I am gonna let it be known though going forward. Now to two people now, so just move on to next week.
Oh, well, there we go. Richmond is known for the bump and run, so I guess we have a list growing for the 24. We'll have to see, though, how that's going to work. But Elite, though, looking back on tonight, Pocono, you had a rough start, but you ended up getting there into P2. I think you fell as low as like P8 or something like that. But yeah, excellent job, P2. Um,
Thanks.
so let's go into the man of the hour, the third winner in three different races, and that is Cyber. Long time coming. Well, not. Not race wise, of course. You have had a win here, just within the past few weeks, but not past few weeks, past few months. But I mean, being back in the winner circle, I know this was something that you've been looking forward to.
Yeah, it's been a much needed result of mine that I truly needed because of how I was in points. So I was gonna do no matter what I could because with the points that you could get, I mean, it would be nice whatever podium position, whatever I was in. But with a win out there, I mean, you can't let that go. So I was gonna do no matter what I could. I mean, first in, I mean, I fell back quite a few to the lead pack because of so much battling on that was for fourth. And then I just took care of pitch strategy on my end and just did a strategy that kind of worked paying before the leaders did, and it got me right back into the folds of things. And yeah, pretty much fast Bush Beer Mustang had to do whatever for the win. I'll take it.
Oh, there we go. I know you told me personally that, I mean, well, looking back on the results last week, just not the greatest start of the season. I mean, you've even gone on record saying that as well. A P8 and a P11, but that P1, looking back on form with a looking back on form, much like a season zero Pocono finish, and same thing with season one. You also had a good run here. Is just Pocono just the money circuit or what?
Um, I think it was mainly off of that fun season race where I was going into it like thinking like, okay, I'm gonna get outbested by one particular guy, but I don't know, it just seemed like after lap one in that race, when I had the lead and then had control of it, like I kind of knew the track lap after lap after lap, and then after that, I just knew the track so well.
Yeah. Um, well, I mean, what turn four, right? I mean, that is, I feel like always one of the trickiest parts, especially being so flat. I'm sorry if you're hearing the Discord go off and anyone watching, of course, hearing the Discord go off. I'll probably just mute that right there. So, but yeah, Cyber, excellent job getting that win tonight. Getting those precious points that'll definitely elevate you through the standings. But we'll have to see how things will shake on out in terms of the full standings. Probably tomorrow at some point. So, Cyber, excellent job. And as we go to Richmond, I know that's also one of your better tracks. You were also in that battle in Challenger to try to get that top spot. You have maybe potential running for that win?
I'm gonna be right there. We'll just see what happens. I kind of know what that race is gonna be like already, so yeah, we'll see what happens.
Well, there we go. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube, we have heard it right here, and I think we have the makings of a great rest of the season. Some comeback wins are in the works. I mean, we saw Xander; he's hungry for a win. Three different winners in the series, and all three of them, are right here in this podium. Weird how that works out. The cream does rise to the top, and we will see who comes out on top at Richmond. But until then, though, we're gonna sign on off and saying congrats to Cyber on the win, Elite P2 and Blakey T P3. With that, have a good one. Peace.